Hi everyone, happy Wednesday. This is Grandma Diane and it's Grandma Diane's story time. Today's story is Turtle Knows Your Name and it's retold and illustrated by Bryan. Interesting picture, isn't it? I love the colors, it's so soft and pretty. And he uses nice bright yellow end pages, which is pretty cool. And this one is a signed book for my friend Karen, and it's signed by Bryan, the author and the illustrator of this book. Oh, look at this pretty title page. Isn't that lovely? The colors are so great. Oops, let me get this back here. There we go. Now we'll try again. Look at the beautiful pictures there. See the turtle swimming in amongst all the colors. And this book is published by Atheneum out of New York. Turtle Knows Your Name by Bryan. Once there was a little boy who had a very long name. His name was Grandma Diane, try again. Laredo. Goodness, let me try that once more. Laredo. Paredo. Do you want to try it? Say that after me. Silla, Manna, Laredo. Now all together. Silla, Manna, Laredo. Let's start over. Once there was a little boy, and he had a very long name. I guess he did. His name was Manna, Laredo. It was easy to pronounce. Manna, Laredo. But it was hard to remember. His grandmother raised him in her village by the sea. She taught him to walk, she taught him to talk, but teaching him to walk and talk wasn't the same as teaching him to say his name. That took time, and Granny took her time. She said his name to him slowly. Manna, Laredo. Tumpalo, said the grandson. Said Granny, shaking her head from side to side. She didn't give up, though. Turtle takes his time, she said. I take mine and you take your time, too. And he did. Then one day he said it. Manna, Laredo. What a long name. Cried the grandmother. She was so happy. She hugged him once, she kissed him twice, she swung him around, 3 times. She took his hand, then ran down to the sandy beach. Here's where we dance your name dance, said Granny. Sing your name loud and clear. Sing it to me, sing it to the sea. Granny clapped as they danced, and her grandson sang. Manna, Laredo. That's my name. It took my time to learn it. Won't you do the same? Turtle, who lived nearby, heard the singing and swam closer. The villagers always came to the shore to sing and dance their children's names. Turtle loved to gather names, and he never missed a name dance. Turtle was older than anyone could tell. He even remembered Granny's name dance when Granny was a little girl. Danced with her Granny on the shore. Turtle raised his head above the water and listened. Manna, Laredo. That's my name, sang the boy again and again. A long name, said Turtle, but a good song name to dance to. I think I've got it. Turtle flipped and dove to the bottom of the sea. In his coral home, Turtle smoothed the space and spelled the name with shells. He blinked and said, Umpsilamana Tumpulorata. I know it well. Now that her grandson knew it well too, Granny let him go out alone to play in the village. Each time he set out to play, I lost my place. Each time he set out to play, she'd say, Upsilamana Tumpulorata, teach your name to your playmates and do your best. Remember, your name is long, but it's not the longest. Upsilamana Tumpulorata always had a good time playing with the village children. He learned their names quickly, Zamba, Mogans, Dandu, Brashi, and he remembered them. He taught them his name too, but no one ever remembered it. Oh, long name, they'd call. You turn to hide the stick. My name is not long name. My name is Upsilamana Tumpulorata. They'd say, but it's still your turn, long name. His name was always the longest. What then did Granny mean when she'd say, long, but it's not the longest? One morning, Upsilamana Tumpulorata said, Granny, I'm not going to be called long name today. I'm going to play with the animals. Don't be late for dinner, said Granny. I'm cooking fungi. Fungi, exclaimed the boy. Said Granny. If you're late, I might be tempted to eat all the fungi myself. Said the boy. I won't be late. You'll see. Bye, Granny. Twee, twa, twee. Off he went, whistling. Twee, twa, twee, twee, twa, twee. He came to a field and saw a donkey rubbing its hide against a tree. The boy sang, Donkey, donkey, hee-ho, my name is Upsilamana Tumpulorata. Shall I call it out once more? The donkey brayed, haw, hee-haw, and rubbed its side just as before. Well, twee, twa, twee, whistled the boy, and he ran across the field. He clambered up on the rocks bordering the field. There he met a goat, bounding from stone to stone. The boy sang, Goat ha, goat o, my name is Upsilamana Tumpulorata. Say it loud, say it clear. The goat bleated, blee, 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 and it leaped as it didn't care. Well, twee, twa, twee, whistled the boy. He jumped from the rocks into the pasture near the seashore. There he saw a cow. The boy sang, Cow ho, cow o. My name is Upsilamana Tumpulorata. Say it, and I'll dance for you. The cow lowed, moo, 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 then mooed once more and stopped to chew. Well, twee, twa, twee, whistled the boy. He spun around swiftly and bumped into a pig. Oh, pardon, pig, he said. My name is, and he stopped short. I won't tell you my name. You'll do the same as the others. He ran past the pig in the pasture. Paw, 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 palm trees till came to the beach. He splashed in the sea, whistling, twee, twa, twee. Turtle heard the splashing. He swam up to the boy and said, Upsilamana Tumpulorata, I'm so glad you came. Upsilamana Tumpulorata, Turtle knows your name. The boy slapped the water for joy. Splish, splash, splish, splash. Turtle, oh turtle, he cried, how did you know that my name is Upsilamana Tumpulorata? Turtle didn't stay to play or answer questions. He dove under the waves and disappeared. The boy called and called till his stomach ached, but Turtle did not return. I have yelled myself hoarse, hollow, and hungry, he said to himself. The fungi, oh, the fungi. He ran as fast as he could. He ran past pawpaw and palm trees, past pig in the pasture, past cow who gazed and mooed, past goat bounding high over the rocks, blee, blee, past donkey in the field, hee-haw, hee-haw. He ran into his house crying, Granny, Granny, please, I'm hungry. The fungi, the fungi. With her large wooden spoon, Granny was turning the cornmeal in the pot. She smiled at her grandson as she ladled some into a buttered bowl and shook it until it was as round as a grapefruit. She rolled it onto her grandson's plate of fish. Thank you, Granny. Fungi rolled in a bowl till it's round as a ball and as yellow as gold is the best of all. Sing it, said Granny. She hummed as she shook a bowl of fungi for herself. Fungi rolled in a bowl till it's round as a ball and as yellow as gold is the best of all. They finished eating the fungi and fish. Then Granny set a plate of bread pudding and sweet potato pie on the table. He who asks don't get. He who don't ask don't want, said Granny. Granny always said that before offering dessert. She'd laugh as she watched the puzzled look on her grandson's face. Then she'd offer him a way out. Tell me a proverb, she'd say, and I'll give you dessert. A proverb. No problem. Upsalamana Templaredo would say he had learned lots of proverbs. He answered with, a man can't grow taller than his head, or you'll never catch a black cat at night. His favorite was, if a baboon wants to whistle, don't stop him. By this time, Granny didn't ask for a proverb. Instead, she said, tell me my name, Upsalamana Templaredo. Oh, Granny, that's easier than a proverb, said the boy. Your name is Granny. He laughed and passed his plate. Uh-huh, said Granny. There are grannies all over the village. Each granny has a name. Tell me mine, or no dessert. Granny took a bite of her bread pudding. Upsalamana Templaredo looked at Granny. She licked her lips and rolled her eyes. He looked longingly at the dessert. I will find out your real name, Granny, he said. Then I will have dessert too. Upsalamana Templaredo jumped from the table and ran off to the village. He stopped the villagers and asked, do you know my granny's name? Will you tell it to me plain? I won't get bread pudding or sweet potato pie until I tell her real name to her, saying Granny just won't do her. The villagers circled him and sang, grass, plants, bees, bells, skies, birds, seas, shells. Guava, plantain, mango trees, call them anything you please. They will always be the same, 'cause Granny is your granny's name. The villagers danced as they sang the song over and over. Drummers picked up the beat. For a while, Upsalamana Templaredo forgot his question and danced quick steps to match that of the best dancers. Then he remembered. This won't get me dessert, he said to himself. He could hear the villagers chanting, Granny is your granny's name, as he hurried away to the animals. He ran to the donkey. Ha, hee, ha. Donkey wouldn't help him, didn't want to. Goat and cow were just the same, wouldn't help him with the name. Blee, blee, moo, moo. Perhaps Turtle would help. Turtle knew his name. Turtle had said his name before. He kept on running till he reached the shore. He called till Turtle swam up from his coral home at the bottom of the sea. Then the boy sang, Turtle, tell me Granny's name. Will you tell it to me plain? I won't get pudding or sweet potato pie until I tell her real name. Until I tell her real name to her, saying Granny just won't do her. Turtle listened to the sweet, sad song. Then Turtle sang, Upsalamana Templaredo. Turtle knows your name. Gathering names is what I do. I know Granny's real name, too. Oh, teach me, Turtle, teach me, cried the boy. First, promise not to tell who told you, said Turtle. The boy promised, and Turtle taught him his Granny's name. So that's why Granny always says to me, your name is long, but it's not the longest. He thanked Turtle and ran home. Dessert, please, dessert, cried the boy as he ran into the room. Well, Upsalamana Templaredo, first tell me my real name. Oh boy, Grandma Diane's going to have a hard time with this one. Here it is. Your name is Mapasido Jack Alindi I Pi Takarindi. Why, Upsalamana Templaredo, that's right, She served her grandson a large square of bread pudding. Tell me, Upsalamana Templaredo, who told you my name? Oh, Mapasido Jackalindi Ipai Takarindi, I can't tell you. Why can't you tell me, Upsalamena Tumpalaredo? I promise not to, Mapasido Jackalindi Ipai Takarindi. Well then, Upsalameno Tumplaparedo, I'll find out for myself. Granny put on her large straw hat and went to the village. She stopped in the marketplace and said to the villagers, my grandson came and asked my name. Do you tell it? Who can spell it? The villagers clapped and sang, long name came and asked your name, so we told him, and it's true, Granny is our name for you. That's not the name my grandson told me, said Granny, and off she went. Granny's search for an answer took her across the field, over the rocks, through the pasture. She asked the same question of all the animals she met along the way. Donkey bawled, haw, hee-haw. Goat bleated, blee, blee, blee. Cow answered, moo, moo, moo. None of that would do. At last Granny came to the beach. Turtle was sunning himself on the sand, out of reach of the waves. She sat down beside him and asked, Turtle, did you teach my name? My grandson says it well. Were you the one who made him promise not to tell? Turtle answered, yes, I taught your grandson to say your name. I thought it was the thing to do, and now I'll tell it to you too. It's Mapasido Jackalindi Ipai Takarindi. Granny leaped up and spun with the news. How did you remember my long, long name from so long ago? Asked Granny. Turtle answered, I learn names from the beach name dances. I remember them well because I take no chances. I swim up and listen, though you don't see me. Then I spell your names in shells at the bottom of the sea. Turtle rose up on his short legs and waddled to the water. With a swish and a whoosh, he slipped into the sea. Granny waved as Turtle swam out. He dove and disappeared as Granny sang, Turtle knows your name, Turtle knows your name. When Granny reached home, her grandson stood at the door with an empty plate. He'd eaten all of the bread pudding. Oh, Mapasido Jackalindi Ipai Takarindi, he said. Now for some sweet potato pie. Up Samana Tumbalarado, said Mapasido Jackalindi Ipai Takarindi. I know who knows our names. They smiled at each other and called out together, Turtle knows your name. Then Mapasido Jackalindi Ipai Takarindi hugged Upsalamana Tumbalaredo and cut 2 slices of sweet potato pie. Thank you, Mapasido Jackalindi Ipai Takarindi, said Upsalamana Tumbalaredo. I love your pudding. I love your sweet potato pie. Well, good, Upsalamana Tumbalaredo, said Mapasido Jackalindi Ipai Takarindi. You can thank Turtle for dessert. Mapasido Jacka, but before he could finish saying her name, Granny clapped her hand over her grandson's mouth. Listen, she said, promise not to tell anyone else my name, and from now on, just call me Granny and nothing more. Call me Granny the way you did before. Upsalamena Tumbalaredo shook his head, and Granny took her hand from his mouth. Granny, he said. And furthermore, said Granny, from now on, I'm going to call you son. They burst out laughing and finished the pie. I love you, Granny. I love you, son. I guess I would have shortened my name, too, if I had a great big long name like that. Whew, I need a glass of water. That was a lot to say. I get kind of tongue-tied. And that's the end of our story for today. And here we see Turtle and Son playing in the water. Well, that was a good story. I enjoyed reading it, I think, after I got my tongue untwisted there for a while. So have fun today. It's nice, warm one once again, sunny. Be sure you get outside, get some exercise, find a good book to read, and do some reading as well. So tomorrow I'll be back again at 11 o'clock, and we're going to read another book. Let me grab it. This one is called The Gruffalo, and it's written by Julia Donaldson, and the pictures are by Axel Scheffler. And if you remember, a few weeks ago we read a story about No Room on the Broom. Well, that's the same author. And now she has The Gruffalo, so tomorrow's book will be that story. Looking forward to reading that to you. Remember about Son and his granny, and we'll see you tomorrow at 11. Bye now.